My favorite project this week has to be this vanity. This is the vanity that's going into the bathroom or the ensuite of our suite that we're working on. And this week I've been working on this beautiful, beautiful color. This is the Fusion Mineral Paint Damask. And I had actually originally, if you'd watched last week's episode of the Lady Smith Manor Diaries, you probably saw me talking about the fact I was going to distress this. I actually put a lighter color underneath and then I was going to distress it. And it's really interesting how projects change. I find that as I'm working on a project, I often decide to kind of change my course a little bit. And when I started putting on this beautiful damask pink, I realized I didn't want it to have that kind of distressed look. I wanted the bathroom to have that very elegant, almost a little bit glamorous look. And so I decided that I wasn't going to distress it. So I've kept it with the damask pink, but I'm going to add some gold. And I want the gold to really be the accent. So I've been working on, these are the doors, and you can see the beautiful detail here. That I'm actually going to put some gold onto. I think I'm also going to put it onto these little bits of detail here, and even onto this the edge of the top. So I don't want it to be, I want it to be simple, but I want it to be really elegant. So I came across a product that I've never used before. It's actually a pigment, and I've been doing some research on it. And what's really interesting is when you mix this pigment with a little bit of top coat, it almost looks like liquid gold. And so I'm going to try using that. Like I say, I've had some advice and I've seen lots of people do it, so the results are quite amazing. So I'm actually going to be working on the gold this week. So next week I'm very excited because I will be able to show you the finished product. But I know a lot of people have been asking me about how the color came out, so I wanted to show you that. I just think it's beautiful. I've done the 2 coats on it now, and then once I put the gold on, we will then put on a top coat, clear top coat that will just protect everything. Yeah, I think this is going to look just gorgeous in the bathroom. So today I am building one of my chandeliers. So I'm just getting all the pieces out of the box. And I'm actually laying them all out on my table behind me, so I can kind of see what I'm working with. And then I'm going to use my chandelier rack to build it, so I can actually hang it and then start putting all the crystals on. And this is a chandelier that's going to go up in our suite. I'm not sure exactly where. I think it will go in the bedroom, but to be very honest with you, I ordered this so long ago, I can't actually remember what it looks like. So until I've built it and can actually see what it looks like, I can't decide exactly where it's going to go. But it will go in one of, I think in the suite somewhere, and I'm pretty excited. Hopefully I can figure out where all the pieces go, because there's quite a few different pieces. But I got them all laid out, and I've got my the instruction book. So my little diagram is ready to go. So I'm going to work my way through this, and hopefully at the end of it I get a chandelier that with all the pieces in the right place. The fun thing about this is the box even came with these little white gloves to use when you're handling all the crystals, which is really cool. I feel like I should be kind of handling diamonds, or I don't know, being a magician somewhere. Do magicians wear this, or waiters in posh restaurants? I'm not sure. But they're kind of cool. So I have my white gloves and I'm ready to make chandeliers. So I finished putting together my chandelier last night. Stephen's wired it all up for electric, and we have discovered one small problem. Now I've put it all together, we have found that it is too big for our suite upstairs. Our suite upstairs has 9-foot ceilings, and with the height of the chandelier, it doesn't give enough clearance underneath for tall people. Now I would be fine, I'm small, but anyone who's got any height to them is going to hit their head, or is in danger of hitting their head. So we're having to do a bit of a rethink. So we're actually going to have to start sourcing another chandelier, or some other chandeliers for upstairs in the suite. And this one is going to have to be downstairs because our downstairs has 10-foot ceilings. And so this will be perfectly, work great downstairs. So it's, I'm not quite sure where our measurements kind of went a little bit askew. It was so long ago we ordered this, I don't even remember. But it does look beautiful, I just love it. So I'm excited. I've just got to find a place, the best place for it now downstairs. And now I've got to go looking for some more chandeliers for our suite upstairs. So I'm just going to go a little bit smaller, and so we can make sure that they actually fit. So the day has finally come when our tile is going in, and we've laid all the tiles out on the floor just to check our patterns first. And then check our measurements. So Stephen's just measuring, we've measured the fireplace space that we need to put it into, and then we're just figuring out our alignment on our tiles so he can start actually putting them on the wall.
So with the tile now up, all it needs is a little grout and a final piece of trim around the edge, and the fireplace is ready to go.
So this box has just arrived today, and in it contains my wallpaper that I ordered for the dressing room in the suite upstairs. And I've actually been waiting for this for quite a while, and then it got delayed with the bad weather. So I got a notice that I had to wait another week, which was really tough because I've been waiting so long to get this wallpaper. So I thought I'd show you, give you a sneak peek. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you what this wallpaper looks like. Because we're going to do part of the wall. We're actually going to do a chair rail in the dressing room, and then the top part of one wall. So we're just doing it as a feature wall. I'm not doing it as the whole room is going to be in wallpaper. I just wanted something that gave the room some character and really fitted with that kind of French theme that I have going. Oh, I can't get into this. This is hard. Just trying to get this label off so I can open it. There we go. Okay. So I found this wallpaper on that is actually a French toile, but it's coloured, and it's in this beautiful, it's got the kind of pinks and a little bit of the red that will match into the raspberry I've got in the bedroom in the curtains in the French toile, and some of the light pink, kind of the damask pink that we've got on the tub. And so this is going to be our feature wall in our dressing room. So now I've finally got it, and it almost looks like linen, the actual effect. It's really, really pretty. And I ordered it online, so again, you're never quite sure how it's going to turn out, what it's going to look like. But I'm really, really pleased with this, and I cannot wait to get it on the wall and show you what it looks like.
So this wall straight ahead of you in our dressing room is the wall that we're going to be putting our wallpaper on for our feature wall. So it'll be the first wall you see as you walk into the room. It's going to have the chair rail so that the bottom half is going to be painted, and then the top half will have the wallpaper.
I am really excited about this wallpaper and getting it onto this wall. I've been waiting a long time, but you can see how beautiful it's going to look. It's going to go on this wall. It's going to have the chair rail, so it's going to be on the top part of the wall. But it's going to give such beautiful detail I just wanted to have something in this room that had almost like a feature wall. I didn't want it to be too busy and too detailed, but I think having this on the top part of this wall and just this one section is going to be perfect in this room. I've spent a lot of time at the fabric store this week. I went back after I got all my little swatches, and I've picked up some just beautiful material that we're using in our suite. So I picked up some of this French toile in the neutral, which I'm going to use as my backdrop to my bed crown curtains. So I'm going to have a bed crown behind the bed, and then this is going to be the backdrop for the fabric, which I think is just lovely. So I've got that ready to go now. I picked up the material that I'm going to use for my Roman blinds on the windows. So I've got my raspberry coloured French toile for the curtains, and then this is going to be for my Roman blinds. And then I've picked up all my liners for my curtains and my blinds. So I've got blackout for my blinds, I've got dim for my curtains, I've got my tape for my curtains. And then this is really exciting because we have found this gorgeous tan suede that we're actually going to be using up in our library. Now our library is going to be painted in a really beautiful blue, and this tan I love the combination of the tan and the blue. So we are going to be using this on some chairs that are going to go up in the library, and it's going to have a really nice rich feel. Now I'm jumping ahead a little bit because we're not working on the library yet, but we saw this material and I just had to buy it ready. And then once we finish this week, we're going to move on to the library so we can get working on that. So I have some quite a few projects involving fabric and curtains and blinds. So yeah, that's going to be over the next few weeks. You'll see me experimenting. I haven't done a lot of curtains. Well, actually, I've never made a curtain in my life. So it's going to be a whole new experience. Thank goodness for YouTube. And so I'm going to give it a go, and we'll see how that project works out. But I'm excited to try. I love trying new things. So I can't wait to try some reupholstering for the chairs and to get started on the curtains. But I have the fabric, so I'm one step closer. I've just got to now make them.
This week we've been working on a lot of finishing touches, which is always exciting, but those little jobs always seem to take the longest. And so we've been working on cleaning our dresser, vacuuming it and getting all the dust gone. We've been using our beeswax oil and orange oil on the wood and doing some polishing and really bringing the wood back to life. It was very, very dull and the wood had almost dried out. So by using the beeswax, we're really able to give it back some life, and it's starting to look really good. We've also been working on our ceiling roses in both the bedroom and the dressing room. So the large ceiling rose in our bedroom went up this week, which was very exciting. It looks fantastic against the pink ceiling. And it's all now ready for its chandelier. We also put up the ceiling rose in our dressing room, and that one also is now ready for the chandelier to be hung.
One of the things when you're renovating a manor is it often feels like you're just going from one problem to another and solving them. And this week we have bought some wall sconces for our dressing room, which seemed like a great idea, and we were all excited to put them up. And then we found that the fittings on them don't allow us just to put them onto the wall because they don't fit the socket that we have here. I think they're European, so they have a different socket on the back. Anyway, we have come up with a solution that will allow us to mount these wall sconces on the wall. And so Stephen has made these pieces of wood and beveled the edges, and we are putting these over the casing that holds the electrics.
and then the wall sconces will be then mounted to the piece of wood. And we're actually going to paint the wood the same colour as the wall, so it'll actually look like it's a piece that was always meant to be there, and will actually give it a little bit of detail and allow us to put the wall sconces up. We're really pleased with how these wall sconces look. The finished product has turned out really, really well. I'm actually really pleased that we went with something with a lot of the glass, so it's very clear, and just with the touches of the gold. And that kind of ties it in with the rest of the room, makes it look very elegant, and is a nice feature piece. And we've got two of them, obviously one on either side of our beautiful big dresser, so it kind of frames the dresser. And so the next thing in here is to put our chair rail on. So we're actually going to put a chair rail all the way around this room. Obviously we have our feature wall with our wallpaper on one of the walls, and that will just give the walls a little bit of character rather than being just a plain painted wall. And I'm probably going to do a slightly different colour underneath the chair rail, just to give it a little bit more character. But I think these wall sconces are perfect complement for this piece of the wall. And so I'm going to get back to working on getting that chair rail up. Next week we'll be able to show you the wallpaper and the chair rail, fingers crossed, in this room all done. So I can't wait to show you, and so I'll see you next week on our next episode of the Ladysmith Manor Diaries.